Welcome all to gaming news. That's right. This is where we bring to you all the news in gaming, even things that probably other people do not cover. Wow, do not cover. Now, if you don't know, I stream this live on Twitch. So go ahead and follow me on there. All links are down below, so you can go ahead and give me a follow or subscribe too. You know, it helps a lot. But here we go. We're going to be talking about gaming news and games that are actually coming out. For a lot of you may not know, and this is probably the easiest thing to do, but a lot of people don't really know that you can just look into the PlayStation's thing to see all the different games that are coming out. For the most part, sometimes they release games. They show game footage here really late, games that have already been out for a long time. And sometimes they just release a lot of updates, and there's kind of a lot of updates going on here. However, there is this game right here. This game is called Hero, and of course it is for the PlayStation 4. Whoa, that's a little loud. And what this game is basically, it just reminds me a lot, you know, of these just classic, you know, Galactica, these like shooter type games that they had back in the day. Of course, it has like updated visuals, as you can see, and of course 9-packed levels. Obviously, this is definitely for those who like these retro type games, and of course, it has kind of a lot to kind of offer. I think a lot of people will get, you know, a lot out of this. But it depends if you're into these types of games. If you're not, then you know what, you may not get what you actually want from this. But it seems like a really entertaining type of game, and not something that would really disappoint. It's a new art style, something that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And normally I'd have like a bunch of windows open up, you know, things like that. Let's give this a like. Yeah, show some support for that. But normally I'd have a bunch of windows, but we have a lot of gaming news going on today. A lot of things. We're talking about the new DualShock 4 Back Buttons. We're talking about Microsoft, the name of the next generation consoles. The virtual world, like Fallout 76, which which is crazy. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that. But I thought I'd, you know what, show you some new games around here as well. Something, you know, like this is, I believe this is like a PSVR Sacrolith. Not really too sure what these games are about, because a lot of this is kind of like just my reaction to it as I see it. There, like I said, there's some games coming out, games that people are, you know, obviously gonna like and enjoy. And there might be some games that people may not enjoy. This actually looks like a title that people would, you know, enjoy from the looks of it. It is a VR title, so of course you need your your PlayStation VR, which of course should probably be lower priced now, but who knows? Whoa, what in the world? That looks pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to teleport in this game, but I mean, like, you know what I mean, move from spot to spot. But from the looks of it, it looks like you're just gonna be kind of just standing in one place, which is pretty sad to see. I feel like you kind of have to try to come a long way with these games. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. But yeah, I mean, it's necessarily up to you whether you want to play these games or not. Don't really like that game. And then of course there's this one. This one seems to be like a lot of fun right here. Let me go ahead and click on it. Let's think it looks even better than, dare I say, the horribleness that is Fast and Furious. We're gonna put this at 720p so we can watch it fully. But yeah, this actually looks like a fun little game. You know, it's definitely like a kid's type of game. They're stealing like the Rocket League stuff. Yeah. I mean, whatever, man. I mean, you want to make your money, then make it, but we'll see. You know, apparently for PlayStation VR or in VR as well, so you can play this in VR. This definitely looks like they kind of rip off of. They have, I guess, over 50 tracks, but yeah, it does kind of look like they're trying to rip off Rocket League with that soccer thing. But I don't know if it'll be that good. I'm not sure how this is gonna play in VR, but I did try playing a freaking VR game in a racing one, and that was horrible. That was really bad. It made me nauseous. It made me want to throw up. I did not want to play it. But yeah, this game is available. It's gonna have obviously a lot of games. I mean, a lot of cars. And the DeLorean exclusive, the DeLorean exclusive car. Oh wow, okay, I don't like this. $5,000 in-game cash boost. Yeah, I don't. And if this game is free to play, then I guess you can have microtransactions. But if not, then I don't know. I don't think it's a game I would be willing to purchase. I mean, it does. I'll say this: it does look better than freaking the Fast and the Furious. But yeah, those are pretty much all the games that are out for the PS4. Of course, there you have like a bunch of updates for other games that are coming out and things that you can look at as well. Like I said, all the links are down below in this atrocious monster right here, Fast and the Furious Crossroads. God, I can't believe that introduced Game of the Year. But hey, are you going to say no to Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez? Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, that's all there is for those games. And now let's get into the meat and potatoes of why you're here, if you're still here with me and you didn't just drop out. Here we go. The DualShock 4 back button attachment. This thing looks ridiculous. Okay, like I don't know anybody who would want this, especially the placement here. I know people have wanted other things. There's been other attachments over here. So how this works exactly, I mean, I can show you the video, but I'm just gonna tell you. So this lets you decide. This thing here lets you decide where you can place. If you can make these other triggers. You can make these L2 and R2 triggers, or whatever you want. Whatever you want these to be, that's what it can be. You can configure it, and I guess it'll configure to your controller, which is interesting to say the least. But it doesn't. I just don't see how that would like you would. I guess you can do this, considering you would normally do this. But I guess if you want to play like this instead, I can see something. However, it would be bad considering that sometimes you have to use these buttons as well. So if you're down here, you'd have to come back up here. I feel like it would just be very awkward. I'd have to wait and see what people are actually reviewing it, think about it, and you know how they're playing this. But just from the looks of it, it doesn't seem to be like it's gonna be something great. It's gonna be $30. But I mean, there's other things you can get for $30. You can get, there's a bunch of deals going on right now, huge sales. But yeah, you can obviously jack your headphones in if you'd want to as well. So it still has that functionality, so you're not losing that at all. But yeah, it doesn't seem all that great. You can figure it just to a certain extent, but like I said, it's not something that I think a lot of people are going to purchase. I think it's kind of just there. But I mean, if it's only using, let's say if you're only using these trigger buttons, then I could see why you would want to get it. But other than that, I don't see why. It's really strange, really weird. And I don't think it would improve your gameplay by that much. There are other controllers that have a lot of configuration, more buttons on the back where you can, I think if you attach something or it's a controller that has that feature. But yeah, I think those are probably better options than this. But hey, go ahead and check it out if you want to. Like I said, it's only $30. But I mean, it's really up to you if you want to spend that money on that. Like I said, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to, go ahead. You have every right to do so. All right, let's move on to the Xbox news, the Microsoft news, and that is, well, according to Business Insider, they were talking to those at Xbox, Microsoft, about just what this means, Xbox Series X. And reading through all the mumbo jumbo, which it is mumbo jumbo, I realized that, okay, this is definitely going to be like, this is it. It's just going to be basically Xbox. How it says the title suggests it's actually just Xbox, because that's what it actually is going to be. They're going with Xbox Series X, but the emphasis is more on the Xbox. If you look at how they introduced it, the emphasis was Xbox. If you look at the image, it is Xbox, the new Xbox Series X. So it's just going to be an Xbox. However, they're just going to say, oh, this is a new series. This is the X series, whatever this is, this series. It's just an Xbox. That's basically what they're going to go with. That's what the article concluded with, saying that it had all these different names. But for the most part, they're just going to go with Xbox. So, obviously, from the looks of it, I got it right. This is going to be a tower they're going for PC. And I think that's the right direction for them. That's kind of what their main focus is. That's what the company is. And I think this is going to expand more doors. They're already doing business with different types of people, becoming more of a software instead of a hardware. However, they do, obviously, there's the tower. That's what it is. And I think it's going to do great. We have to wait and see what the price point is going to be. It could be $500. And I think that's the most people would want to pay for a console. I mean, it's, tough to say, but it looks like PlayStation might actually go higher than $500. It's really difficult to say, if people are going to want to pay more than $500 for a console. I think that would basically be the limit, especially depending on what the console can do. Since this is already backwards compatible, you can play all your games on this. A $500 price point on this wouldn't hurt it. Mainly because you're gonna be able to get that 4K resolution or 120 frames a second at 1080p, whatever it is that this machine is going to be able to do. It's going to be fantastic, and you're going to have a back catalog. PlayStation has not announced any of that. They don't know any of that, and they're not sure whether or not this is going to, what it's going to do, what it's going to bring to the table. Microsoft already has the Game Pass, so you can easily just get that and keep playing all these other games. So, like I said, $500 price point wouldn't be out of the question. Could be, if it's $400, that would be amazing. For something that does 4K, plays 4K, all these 4K capabilities, that would be great. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. If you think this is a great idea. If you think that, Xbox being called Xbox is fine. You don't really care. Xbox Series X, whatever. It's just an Xbox. And if you want... If you want what do you want the price point to be? Or what do you think the price point is going to be? Do you think it's going to be $500 or more? That would be steep. Or do you think it'll be $500 or maybe $400? You think, like I said, $500 would probably be the most I think people would be willing to pay. I for the most part, a lot of people would be willing to pay. Especially because, still... don't know many people who have 4K TV. Me personally, I'm sure some people do. Let me know if you have 4K TVs that you'll be able to use this or play games at 1080p, 120 frames per second, no lag. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the end of the Microsoft news, and we're moving on to something I know you've been dying to hear about, and that is of course the Fallout 76 news, which is just incredible what's going on with them. So apparently there's this whole thing, I guess, about gun runners making thousands of dollars in real world cash. So they've been kind of going through the whole process. I don't know how they're doing it. I read some of this. But for the most part, they're just selling guns. They're selling guns. Not sure if it's like through a hack or whatever. But how they're getting certain guns. But what they are doing is apparently however they're getting all these guns, they're selling to people, making deals through the game, so they can either go through PayPal or whatever other services, so they can sell them and get actual real world cash. I'm surprised people are doing this, but at the same time, I'm kind of not, considering people paid for the Fallout first, which is obviously broken. And so it makes you wonder. I mean, you want to do it, fine, whatever. It doesn't bother me. But I wonder if it's gonna bother Bethesda and how they're gonna do things. But there really doesn't seem to be a way to monitor that, considering unless they're listening to people's conversations, or people get clip or get called out by other people saying, hey, these guys are doing it, but then have to investigate. It's a whole thing. It's not illegal. So we'll see exactly what is going to transpire with that. But it just makes me sad just to see this whole community. I mean, they're still hanging on to something. It's just super sad, especially because the new update. So just recently, I believe last week, a few days ago or so, they released an update. So Fallout 76 released an update which broke a bunch of things. Broke armor, literally broke their armor in game. There was a way to do it, but you had to take off your armor before you were gonna do something or do other things before you. It was atrocious. It was horrible. And wow, did it break more of the community. There are people talking about, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. All that stuff. People always do that. But this update was supposed to fix things. And again, there are more. It's just sad. I went to the Reddit thread, and it's just one of the saddest things. People were talking about, oh, that's cool. After I think it's in like a year or more, you guys finally fixed something. It's really sad to behold, because there's so many people saying thank you for this, thank you for fixing it. They're breaking the game, and you're thanking them for fixing what they broke. I mean, that's fine and all, but this is just so goddamn sad. There's a lot going on with weapons and things of that nature, and there's still people's excavator armor and calibrated shocks still messed up. Already has plus 100 caliber to give plus 100, but that's been broken since last week. Debacle of an update and total fixes didn't correct that. I've encountered NPCs that damage will immediately regain full health. I mean, there just seems to be a lot happening with this community, and it's really sad because a lot of them they really want the game to to be a success. They want it to be something they can be proud of. But the fact is, it's sad. It needs to be put down. Fallout 76 needs to end. It just needs to be put down. Take it out by the back and just put it down. It's dead. It's dead. It's dying. It's in pain. People are trying to, bring it back, but no. It needs to go away. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Do you think that this new... What do you think about the new update for the consoles? There's some people who are still playing it. A call saying that it was great, that it was helping them, whatever. But there's still a lot of things that are broken. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. If you're playing Fallout 76, if you're excited for this update, if it's helped you, if it's helped your gameplay. My brother has not touched the game since he got it. I warned him. I knew this was gonna... I did not think it would be this horrible. But wow, it is horrible. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Just everything that you think about it. Your hopes and dreams for this. And if you have any other questions. And if there's something that I missed in this gaming news. Let me know in the comments down below. And I will catch you guys on another exciting episode of gaming news. Until then, take care and keep on gaming. Bye.